First down, I think he punts it here.
I think he does too. I think he has to.
Well, he did last time, and he had better field position.
Well, have they measured yet?
No, they're bringing the sticks out right now to measure. Boy, this is a tough one. This is if you get it, then you're happy. But if you don't get it, it's hard to leave it there. They get it, so it's all academic anyway as far as decision making.
Sorry, Bill. We don't want to put the pressure on you.
That'll let the air out of a coach.
Still 3-3. 6:01 left in the first half. Now less than 6 minutes. Harris Barton, who's a very capable offensive lineman. That's Mike Pope talking with some of his pupils.
You notice that the coaches don't even watch. A defensive coach doesn't watch the offense. The offensive coach doesn't even watch the defense.
Hostetler. He has Bavaro. Bavaro into 49er territory. Or you ask Ronnie Lott what you have to do to stop the Giants, and the first thing out of his mouth is, we got to stop that guy.
I'll tell you, and he has a lot of respect for Bavaro. And watch what Bavaro does right at the end here. He's going to come right in the middle of the screen, how he just kind of turns his body there. He had it, then he just turned to the outside, and that was a perfect pass by Hostetler.
A gain of 13.
Bavaro was a very physical player who has turned into an intelligent player.
That's Anderson to about the 45. Maybe he got 2 yards.
It's tough to run in the middle of that defense. You see they got Burt in there. Matt Millen is straight up on the line. You see that time to guard. Millen's going to hit that guard, so they have a whole red front right up there when Anderson gets to the line of scrimmage. I mean, one thing about Matt Millen, he may not be able to cover the passes or the wide things or do a lot of things, but one thing he can do is play the run right at him.
The owner of the 49ers, Eddie DiBartolo. What a job he's done since he took over. Flag on the play. The pass complete to Baker, but a penalty marker down. 6-yard gain.
You know, we are seeing very good defensive football here. We're seeing crisp football. We're seeing hard hitting, good tackling. That's a penalty there against the 49ers, but this isn't one of those things that is just conservative offense. This is defense making the offensive look conservative.
Well, these are two very good defensive units. George Seifert 2-0 against the Giants. You think about the Giants, you think almost immediately of defense. But the 49ers defensive unit is certainly among the elite.
Jerry Markgrave explaining.
Illegal hands to the face, number 96, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down, penalized from the line of scrimmage.
96 is Dennis Brown. You'll see him right there where he hits up to the face mask and then just drives his guy to the ground. I don't know, in the old days, that was pretty good football.
That'd be fine.
When you could take a guy and give him a ride like that. He just took Eric Moore, and he did get a piece of his face mask, but Dennis Brown just took Eric Moore and put him right on his back.
1st and 10, Giants. Pitches back to Meggett. And Meggett.
Yeah!
Cuts it up near the 30. A gain of 8 before he's tripped up by Keith DeLong.
Well, one thing we were talking to Bill Parcells yesterday, he said that he wants to hit Meggett at the edges, which means outside. He wants to run Anderson straight at him on no delays and then hit the edges of the offense, hit the edges with Meggett.
2nd and 1 at the 31 of the 49ers with 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Anderson and Carthon behind Hostetler. Maurice Carthon barrels down to about the 26, first down. Matt Millen made the stop.
I'll tell you, that giant line is firing out now. Watch him here. The ball is snapped. Boom. They just all get on there, guys. Just start that pile going backward. Very good by Jumbo Elliott, Jim Roberts, and Bart Oates. Yeah, I think Elliott, Jumbo Elliott had a broken leg there earlier in the year and didn't even know it, he said, until he was practicing, and said some of the guys said they could hear his legs popping in the huddle. So I better get a picture of it. It was broken.
They had to figure something was wrong. The throw is to Bavaro, who leans for a gain of 2, stopped by DeLong. Right now for a special report from CBS News, here is Dan Rather in New York.
It's a 2-minute warning, and the Giants have the ball.
Which was a loss of 2 on a run by Anderson. Again, they tried the left side unsuccessfully. It brings up 3rd and 9. And a limping Keith DeLong heads for the sideline.
And again, it's not really the red zone. We call the red zone that area from the 20-yard line in. This ball's just inside the 25. But to me, it's that same area. When you get this close, you're still talking about the red zone. And this is the area that has really haunted the Giants in their games against the 49ers. You can see the last game against the 49ers, they were in there twice, and they couldn't get a score.
Timeout.
This time so far, they've been in there, and they had to get a field goal.
Timeout, Giants.
Let's go back to Candlestick Park. It's 3 apiece. The Giants have the ball inside the 20.
Pat Summerall, John Madden at Candlestick Park, the NFC Championship game. Giants 3, the 49ers 3. The timeout situation, the Giants just took 1. So they have 2 left. It is a 3rd and 9 situation. That's Keith DeLong heading into the 49er locker room, and the word on him is that he has a twisted ankle. Hostetler up under the center, Bart Oates. And back to throw it. For Baker. Incomplete. Darryl Pollard back there with him.
That's the guy they wanted to work on. They call this a fade, just straight up. See, what happens is Baker doesn't leave himself enough room to the outside, so Hostetler has no place to throw that. Good coverage by Pollard, because if he throws it over Pollard, then it has to go out of bounds. You see, Baker should have left himself a little more room to the sideline.
Far from 42 yards away. Far enough and good. And so the Giants take the lead 6-3 with a minute left first half.
Park.
Lonesome Dove, part 1. Giants kick off. Dexter Carter knocked out of bounds by Mark Collins. 27-yard return. 49ers take over. 55 seconds left to play in the first half. A little instructions. Jim Burt, of course, is number 64. Fred Smerlis. The scoring drive so far. San Francisco 10 plays. They got a field goal. Giants 15 plays. They got a field goal. And then the Giants again with a long time consuming drive and a field goal. They lead 6-3.
You could look at that and say, well, what does that mean? That the offenses haven't been able to do anything. I look at it that's great defense. You always say, what's the most important thing about a defense? Not letting the other team score points.
Montana back to throw it, and does to Rice. They have all 3 of their timeouts left. Reasons made the stop on Rice after a gain of 19 yards.
And no one likes to be on the other side when Joe Montana is in a 2-minute situation, the end of a half or end of a game.
And Montana is going to take off with it. Slides at the 40. Pickup of 7. And now the 49ers use a timeout with 26 seconds left. First half. 6-3. The Giants lead the 49ers. 26 seconds remaining. The 49ers with the ball. They have 2 timeouts left, 2nd and 4. Montana is the 49ers leading rusher, 2 carries for 9 yards. And back he goes again. Quickly outside to Craig. Craig out of bounds at about the 36-37 by Perry Williams. Picked up 5, a 49er first down, and stops the clock.
Yeah, remember when Roger Craig used to be a big part of that receiving core, and that was the first pass that he's caught so far, and there is a flag down there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 77. 15 yards from the
Eric Dorsey is number 77.
Parcells is very upset. 77 is Dorsey on the right hand of the screen, coming right through here. I'll tell you, the only thing that it looked like Marshall hit him high. I don't know. The only thing I could see that they could have called on Eric Dorsey was going low for the knees.
And he was falling down.
I mean, that looked like a normal pass rush. I mean, 2 ends meeting at the quarterback.
1st and 10. Craig goes in motion. They're in field goal range, or they were. Leonard Marshall and Lawrence Taylor.
Leonard Marshall better not get too upset, or he's going to get a 15-yard penalty. He came wheeling around there, and then he jumped up and took a punch at Bubba.
Worth another look, certainly.
Well, watch him. He'll come around down here in the bottom of the screen. He takes it inside. Bubba Paris just missed him. Now he comes up, and Bubba is diving on the pile there, and Leonard really took off after Bubba Paris.
Timeout 49ers.
Let's watch that play again. Here's Bubba Paris. Leonard Marshall takes a hard inside on him. Then Bubba has to chase him, and he just dives on the pile after Joe Montana's already down and the play's over.
2nd and 18. Here's Montana back to throw it. Gets it out to Craig again, and he steps out of bounds. Picked up 3 yards. Stopped the clock again. Perry Williams, again the defender. 13 seconds left first half.
I don't know why Leonard Marshall was so upset. I mean, he beat Bubba Paris cleanly. That was what you call throwing a whiffer on a guy. I mean, big Leonard got outside and took the inside. That last time he took the outside. I think if I were playing Bubba against Joe Montana, where you need an inside pass rush, I think I would take another inside rush on Bubba.
3rd down. Montana back in the pocket, this time with time. Gets the ball to Craig. At about the 17. 8 seconds left on the clock. 9-yard gain. 49ers take their last timeout. And they will try to tie it up. The Giants leading 6-3. Nothing but field goals so far.
Yeah, you think of the last time they played on the Monday night, the 49ers winning that game 7-3. This is the same type of game, a very intense game, and excellent defenses by both sides. You know, I mean, they say bend a little but don't break. They're just bending very, very little and not breaking at all on either defensive side.
Kofor will try this time from about 35 yards. He hit earlier from 42. The Giants lead 6-3 from 35 yards to tie it by Kofor. And that'll do it. Kofor and Barr both perfect, and they have accounted for all the points. 2 field goals for each team, and it's 6-6 with 3 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, I think last time they played, we talked about that intensity and what it meant. And this game's for a championship. This is sudden death. I mean, there's no tomorrow. The winner goes on to the Super Bowl. The loser's forgotten. And everything is here to say you can't afford any little mistake. And I think that both teams came in offensively and they wanted to open it up more and do things, but maybe the defenses are just too good for them to do it.
And I think you lose sight sometimes that other game, the 7-3 game in the regular season, was just indeed that, a regular season game. You had another chance. You had 2 or 3 more chances. But in this case, as you point out, there are no more chances.
You know, and talking to the players, they all feel that, you know, you take a Super Bowl for granted. You know, you get there and you say, geez, it's good to be here in the Super Bowl. But then as you get older, you start to thinking, I have this chance. I may never get another chance the rest of my life. And this is it. And now it's going to come down to another half. I mean, the whole season is going to come down to the second half of this football game.
And the younger players, to a man, say, we want this championship for the guys who may never get another chance. Bouncing kickoff by Kofer. Fielded safely by the Giants. Returned by Howard Cross. That's the end of the first half. With the score, the Giants 6, the 49ers 6. And then a repeat.